Namo Vishnupadaya Kṛṣṇa Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivinoda Swaminitti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Kṛṣṇa Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminitti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I welcome you all for this Brahma-saṁhitā discussions. We are doing today Shloka 33. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cham Vedeshu Dullabam Adullabam Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is text 32 translation. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but untenable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. So we are hearing the Brahma-saṁhitā description prayers of Brahma offered to Lord Krishna. And in the Chintamani prayer, first 129, Shloka 29, he glorifies the abode of the Lord, then he glorifies the form of the Lord next. And then in 4 shlokas, now he is explaining the powers of the Lord. So this is the second one, explain the extraordinary powers of God. So we'll see the purport by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, translated by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Here, Advaita means indivisible truth, who is knowledge absolute. So you can see now the purport goes explaining one by one word. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim Anantarupam, like that. Advaita means indivisible truth, who is knowledge absolute. Brahman, the infinite, emanates from him as an effulgence, and God immanent, Paramatma, as his constituent. But nevertheless, he remains one and indivisible. So this is the explanation of Advaita given here, that although Brahman emanates from him as an effulgence from his own transcendental body, and also his own expansion, Paramatma, enters into heart of everyone and every atom as his constituent, nevertheless, he remains one and indivisible. Still, he remains personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, playing his flute, enjoying his pastime in the spiritual Advaita. He is not divided. It's not that, like Mayavad philosophy said, that Brahman divided into many jivas and, not like that, nothing like that. Okay, Achyuta. Oops. Achyuta means that though myriads of avatars emanate from him as subjective portion, and millions of jivas as separate spiritual particles, still he remains intact as the undivided whole of fullest perfection. So Achyuta here is explained that although unlimited avatars manifest from him, Swamshas and Vibhinamshas also, the separate jivas, millions of jivas come out of the body of the Lord also. Still he remains intact as the undivided whole of fullest perfection. So now you can see this Advaita and Achyuta is why they are together. Advaitam, Achyutam, because both meanings are intermingling. Undivided whole of fullest perfection, Achyuta. Okay. Though he indulges in exhibiting the pastimes of birds, still he is without a beginning. So what is the description of this? Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadi. Okay, without beginning. Though he disappears after the pastime of his appearance, still he is eternal. Now this is one of the contradictory qualities of the Lord here. No? He disappears after the pastimes of his appearance, still he is eternal. No? So his disappearances are not counted as the objects or personalities within material world, that they appear and disappear, they born and they die. But here Lord comes in his own spiritual body, he appears, but still he is eternal. He does not die. His pastimes are eternal. He is always present, sometimes visible to us, sometimes not visible. Though without origin, yet he is with an origin in his pastimes of appearance. Now another contradiction, no? Advaita Achyuta Anadim. He has no origin, but he has mother and father in his Leela. So this is beautiful. And although eternal in essence, he is still a person in full bloom of youth. Although he is eternal in essence, but still he appears. His form is eternally blooming youth. So he chosen to be like this. That's his own choice. That's his own power. That's his own. This is how God manifests in his form. God say, I'm like this. I'm the youth, body, spiritual body of blooming youth. This is how I look like. You know? The sum and substance of it is that though he possesses diverse and apparently mutually contradictory qualities, still they are in the universal harmonious concordance with dint of his unthinkable potency. Unthinkable potency means achintya shakti, unthinkable. And that's exactly the translation, achintya. Chintya, achintya. You cannot conceive it, inconceivable, unthinkable potency. So this, because of his inconceivable potency, God can have a form, look like a youth, have a parents, perform pastimes, and still remain God and eternal and supreme and above anything mundane. And this is what puzzles Mayavadis. They have the issues with the personality of God. As soon as you say form, he is limited, he has parents, how God can have parents. But for the sake of pastimes, God chosen to have parents, which he created, ultimately. So these are these contradictory potencies. This is what is meant by Chit Dharma, transcendental nature, as distinguished from the material. His graceful threefold bending form, with flute in hand, possesses eternal blooming youth, and is above all unwholesomeness that is to be found in limited time and space. So here Navayovanam is described. In the transcendental realm, there is no past and future, but only the unalloyed and immutable present time. In the transcendental sphere, there is no distinction between object and its qualities, and no such identity as is found in the limited mundane region. So this is now the Brahma-saṁhitā, Brahma and the Acharyas, they reveal what is the nature of spiritual. Forms are there, qualities are there. That everything what we see here, we can see there also, but is spirit in nature, is different from matter. It's transcendental. Hence, those qualities that seems to be apparently contradictory in the light of mundane conception, limited by time and space, exist in agreeable identity concordance in the spiritual realm. So whatever looks contradictory and impossible in material world is possible in spiritual, and is considered normal, not contradictory. It's considered pleasing. It's giving more pleasure. It's supporting the manifestation of leelas that Lord wants to enjoy. So it's possible. It's not impossible. How can the jiva realize such unprecedented existence? The limited intellectual function of the jiva is always contaminated by the influence of time and space, and is therefore not in position to shake off these limitednesses. So jiva on his own, by his own intellect, cannot reach the spiritual understanding, cannot comprehend the spiritual transcendental nature of Lord, his abode, his body, his associates, his pastimes. Is difficult to understand. Now, the question is here. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of transcendental, then what else can? If we cannot understand with our own intellect spiritual world, then how to understand it? It's a good question. In reply, Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakti. In reply, Brahma says that the transcendental absolute is beyond the reach of the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, and sound originates in the mundane ether. So the Vedas cannot present before us direct view of the transcendental world, Goloka. But still, Vedas are presenting. Shruta is to Shabda Mula Tvat. Now this is the secret. It is only when the Vedas are imbued with the Chit potency that they are unable to deal with the transcendental. Okay. But Goloka reveals itself to every jiva soul when he is under the influence of spiritual cognitive potency, Chit Shakti, joined to the essence of ecstatic energy, Hladini Shakti. So Chit and Hladini Shakti They enable Jiva to actually reveal his own Swarupa and to see reveals the form of the Lord, reveals relationship with the Lord, Rasa, and reveals brings back the soul in its constitutional position as the eternal servant of the Lord. Chit potency and Hladini potency, they act in that. The ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. Now here you can see, okay, that knowledge reveals Goloka Tattva, the principle of the highest transcendental, in unison with the devotion, simultaneously along with the devotion, without asserting itself separately, but as a subsidiary to unalloyed devotion. So here the knowledge which we get, by which we can understand the spiritual realm and spiritual body of the Lord and his inconceivable potencies, contradictory potencies, is manifests the true bhakti as a support to the bhakti, along with the bhakti. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahaitukam. So when we practice bhakti, the jnana and vairagya both simultaneously appear. They're as a side product, automatically follow the bhakti. So here the same thing, that knowledge reveals, that spiritual knowledge, the chit potency reveals the spiritual world, but because it's subordinate to bhakti, because of bhakti practice, that knowledge is revealed to us. So this is explained in the purport here. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami comments here on this shloka that Advaita, he goes on explaining each word by word, and other acharyas also explain, Srila Prabhupada also explain. So we'll be reading these commentaries. Srila Jiva Goswami says that Advaita means Govinda, who has no equal. Advaita, no equal. Just as a king is incomparable to anybody else. So immediately he quotes some shlokas from Bhagavatam. This is from 3rd canto. I'll just share with you. Okay, so here, this is the shloka 3 to 12. The Lord appeared in the mortal world by his internal potency, Yogamaya. He came in his eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastimes. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence. Devatas, humans, of course, they were so impressed. No, God lifting on Govardhan Hill or doing amazing. But look at this. These were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their opulence, which we could assume are Devatas without any offense, including the Lord himself in his form as Lord of Vaikuntha. Even Lord Narayana is attracted with these pastimes. Just see how wonderful this pastime. Thus, Sri Krishna's transcendent body is the ornament of all ornaments. So this is now the hint that Lord's actions are amazing. They're so amazing. They're so inconceivable and so attractive, so beautiful, so naturally attractive to all the souls. That's why he's called Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explains like this. Brahma-saṁhitā says that Advaita Achyuta. Advaita means, although Krishna has many forms, many expansions, still they are one. There is no duality. Just like Krishna and Ram, they are one. They are not different. So this is another explanation. Though it's mentioned in purport that although many forms emanate from the Lord, he remains one. But here is a little differently explained. It is explained that Krishna and Ram, Vishnu, Narayana, there is no difference. This is one person, Advaita. There is no difference. That means Advaita. Another place Srila Prabhupada explains. Advaita means Krishna expands himself. Krishna can expand himself. That is God. Just like I'm sitting here, you are sitting here. Suppose you are wanted by your some relative at home. Or if somebody inquires that Mr. Such and Such is at home, so the reply will be, no, he's not at home. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna, Goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhuto. He is present everywhere. Okay, so here, this is what Prabhupada says. The Krishna is simultaneously present everywhere. Krishna is in everyone's heart. In your heart, there is Krishna. In my heart, there is Krishna. Everyone's heart. So Krishna is not like that. Then that he cannot expand form. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. So Prabhupada explains all three. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. No? All three in this. Ananta means unlimited, but one. Advaita. Now you see the link with the Advaita and Ananta, no? Okay. There is no difference. Just like the electricity power. I give you a crude example. Unlimited factories are running in electricity. Different types of work is being utilized by electric energy, but the electricity is one. Similarly, God is one, but he can expand. That is his potency. Parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate. So this is how we can understand this Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam also. Okay, so we'll read some more of the Prabhupada's explanations. Prabhupada said like this: Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. Each and every form, Krishna's, they are without any duality. Just like I and my photograph, that is my expansion, but it is not one, it is dual. What service you can take from me? You cannot take service from the photograph. No? Therefore, it is not Advaita, it is Dvaita, duality. You may have millions of photographs, but each of them, they are different. But Krishna, he has got millions of forms, they are one. That is the difference. So even worshipping Krishna's photo, we offer prayers, Krishna reciprocate. You can talk to him, it is completely Advaita, not different from Krishna's personally present, not different from deity's form, no difference. There is no difference. But in our thing is, next time when they call me a meeting, I'll just send my photo, Yeah, I'm there, just keep my photo, I'm present. But they know, no use, Anyway, no use of me going to meetings, I tell you what. Okay. So, another quote of Śrīla Prabhupada. In Brahma-saṁhitā, you will find the description of Kṛṣṇa, Advaita, Achyuta. Advaita means absolute, Achyuta means non-fallible, Brahman. He is Para-Brahman. We are also Brahman, but we have fallen down. We have fallen down in this material condition, but Krishna never falls down in material condition. When he appears before us, don't think that he is also fallen soul like me. The fools consider like that. Avajananti ma muhuda. Okay, so we know the shloka. Muda means fools. The fools consider Krishna as ordinary man. Manushim param bhavam ajanantaha. The fools do not know what is immense potency, background of Krishna. Therefore they think Krishna is like one of us. Now that means Achyuta, infallible, that he doesn't fall down. And immediately this comparison is given to the jivas. Okay, now Prabhupada, yet another understanding of Advaita Prabhupada gives. He is Advaita. Advaita means he is not different from anything. Because everything we see, that is energy of Krishna. Look at this one. Because Lord expands into spiritual energy, material energy, all the forms, all that exist. Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy, this is all expansion of Lord. So he is Advaita. He is not different from anything. Everything is Krishna in that sense. Means everything is Krishna and Krishna's energy. Okay. Parasya Brahmana Shakti Tataiva Akhilam Jagat. Vishnu Purana is quoted. Just as the illumination of fire, which is situated in one place, is spread all over, the energies of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Para-Brahman, are spread all over the universe. Okay. So, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Skanda Purana Kashikhanda, explaining what Achyuta. Now this is interesting. Na chanvate hiyad bhakta mahatyam pralayapadi ato achyuto khile loke saeka sarva go vyaya. He is called Achyuta, all-pervading, indestructible, and supreme in all of the worlds, because by his mercy, his devotees do not fall from their exalted position, even at the time of destruction of the universe. Now, what means Achyuta? That even his devotees do not fall. So this is a beautiful explanation. This is what Srila Jiva Goswami quotes. And now, to illustrate this, that even his devotee does not fall, that they are blessed by special mercy of the Lord. He quotes so many shlokas to show the mercy of the Lord upon his devotees. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10, Canto 10, 38-7. Indeed, today King Kamsa has shown me extreme mercy by sending me to see lotus feet of Lord Hari, who has now appeared in this world. Simply by the effulgence of his toenails, many souls in the past have transcended the insurmountable darkness of material existence and achieved liberation. Who is speaking? Yeah, Akrura is speaking, because Kamsa sent him to Vrindavan. He is in bliss. He is in bliss to see the Lord. So the special mercy is given, no? Simply by the effulgence of his toenails, many solemn paths have transcended insurmountable darkness of material existence. So that means, Achyuta, that he prevents his devotees of fall down. He also prevents other souls to take repeated birth and death in material world. By his presence, everyone is delivered. This is his special mercy. So these shlokas are really quoted just to show this special mercy. Akrura again says, those lotus feet are worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods, by the goddess of fortune, also by the great sages and Vaishnavas. Upon those lotus feet, the Lord walks about the forest while herding the cows with his companions, and those feet are smeared with the kumkum from the gopis' breasts. So these are all examples of Lord's mercy. Mercy is bestowed upon whom? Upon everyone. Brahma, Shiva, Lakshmi, and what to speak of greatest fortune of Gopas and Gopis who are 24 hours a day with Krishna. Then Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Uddhava. The goddess of fortune herself, along with Lord Brahma and all other demigods, who are masters of yogic perfection, can worship the lotus feet of Krishna only within her mind. But during the rasa dance, Lord Krishna placed his feet upon the gopis' breast, and by embracing those feet, the gopis give up all distress. So why? Goddess of fortune cannot worship Krishna only within her mind, because he was not allowed in Vrindavan pastimes. She was allowed as a Srivatsa sign of Lord's chest, but she was not allowed in her form as a Lakshmi to enter into Vrindavan, which is Madhurya Dham. She belongs to Aishwarya Dham, the Vaikuntha, due to her oak. So this explains. But still, the mercy is given. Thus, okay, the next shloka is from Bhagavatam 10 Canto. Thus, deeply considering the situation, the all-merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, revealed to the coward man his abode, which is beyond material darkness. So this is, Achyuta, this is that all the fallen souls will be brought back home, back to Godhead, and by his mercy that abode is revealed. By his mercy, they can actually come out of the material bondage. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami goes on quoting like this. Nanda Maharaj and other coward men felt the greatest happiness when they saw the transcendental abode. They were especially amazed to see Krishna himself there, surrounded by personified Vedas who were offering him prayers. So this is all display of mercy, that actually while performing pastimes, while living in material world, you may say, they were able to see spiritual world by Krishna's mercy and see there that Vedas personified offer prayer to Krishna, who is, they consider, our family member, our boy from our village. Krishna is from our village. This is understanding, the highest understanding, better understanding than any pandit. So in 11th canto of Bhagavatam, that Acharyas given commentaries and explain again about Achyuta. In the Bhagavad Gita 121, Arjuna said to Krishna, Ratam stapya me Achyuta. My dear Achyuta, please place my chariot between the armies. The word Achyuta means the infallible, or one who never fails. Never falls, sorry. One who never falls. Infallible, or one who never falls. Learned or sane human being will not entertain the silly notion that the omnipotent, omniscient God has slipped and fallen because of Maya. So this is very clear. No amount of wishful thinking can erase our eternal surrendership at the lotus feet of the Lord. Means they said that we'll merge into one, we'll become Lord. You see, Advaita, Lord is Advaita. But what means Advaita? That you have to understand. You are not the Lord, we are Advaita. We are not different. We are not different in one sense. We are Lord's energy, we belong to Him, we are created by Him. But we have no power of the Lord. We are in the Maya. We are completely conditioned and depending on His mercy, absolutely. So this fact is stated by Lord Himself in Varaha Purana, that Lord is not fallible. Look at this one. This is Naivan. Naivan tvanu mantavyam jivatmaham iti kvachit. Jivatmaham iti kvachit. Tvaya Sarvai guna susampannam daivam mam gyatum arhasi. Naivam tvaya anumantavyam jiva atma aham iti kvachit. You should never think of me, one of the ordinary living entities in the jiva categories. Jiva atma aham. Tvaya anumantavya. Naivam. Never think that I am jiva, that I am jiva tattva. Warning. In fact, I am the reservoir of all opulences and godly qualities, and therefore you should understand that I am Supreme Lord. Sarvai gurar susampanam daivam mam gyatum arhasi. You should understand that I am fully transcendental. I am the transcendental. So Srila Baladev Bhushan in his Gita commentary gives explanation of Achyuta word also. Oh Achyuta, you do not deviate from your innate nature. Achyuta means one who does not fall to manifest his innate nature. What is his innate nature? What is the heart of the God? Love and affection to his devotees. From your affection for your devotee or from your supreme power. There is no circumstances that Lord is not affectionate to his devotee, and there is no circumstance that Lord cannot manifest all his powers. Just like Kṛṣṇa, when he appeared as a baby, how old Kṛṣṇa was when he killed Putana? Few days, up to 3 months, something like that. Correct? 1 month, somewhere mentioned, somewhere 3 months, something like that. Within 10 days. Okay. So whatever, it's 10 days or it is 3 months. Baby, how can baby protect itself? It's not possible. But Kṛṣṇa showed that even in this form, as a baby, he did not fall to show his immense powers. He remained God. Prabhupada said, God is God. He did not become God later. Not that, hey, wait, let me grow up, then I will show you my power. No, nothing like that. God can show power anytime, any place, like that. Then again, he quotes, Baladev Bhushan explains, Achyuta in Gita. When Kṛṣṇa showed Vishwarupam, Arjun was astonished. He was like, wow. Then he addressed Lord Achyuta also. Why? Please forgive all that I said or treatment I gave you, which produced offenses, O Lord. In this way, I entreat you, O Achyuta, who remains a friendly unfailingly, even undergoing offenses by me. So this is another meaning of Achyuta, that you not fail to be my friend, even I did something wrong, please forgive me. So he is counting on that infallible nature of the Lord. What is it? Again, that he is affectionate to his devotee. Particularly with Arjun, that you remain friendly unfailingly, even undergoing offenses by me. So here, then Baladev Bhushan explains. The meaning of name Achyuta is explained by Lord Kṛṣṇa himself in Bhagavad Gita, 6:30. Tasya hamna pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. So the Lord never fails one who is Krishna conscious. As simple as that. So Baladev Bhushan said this itself is, Lord's own definition of Achyuta, no? For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I never lost, nor he is ever lost to me. Then in the Vishnu Sahasranam commentary, Achyuta is explained by Baladev Bhushan. He protects his devotees from falling down. Okay? And then he says, Lord Krishna is eternal and unchanging, and he is the protector of the residences of Raja. That means Achyuta, in another commentary. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says like this, Achyuta, infallible or imperishable, one who is never deviated, moved, or shaken, one who never falls from the transcendental position, a name for Krishna, Achyuta. So this is now never moved, shaken, deviated. Why? Because in Leela sometimes you see Lord Ram got so much shaken by loss of Sita. And you can see in Ramayana amazing things. Lakshman said, Lord Ram, don't forget your supreme personality of God. Kind of to remind him. But nothing like that. This is Lord wants to enjoy those feelings of separation, so he put himself in that position, but still he is infallible. Why? Because any moment, simultaneously, he's fully conscious of everything, of his potencies, of his powers, of his unique position, infallible. That's the Achyuta. Okay, so then Srila Jiva Goswami explains the words Anadi, Anantarupam, and Adyam, because they are linked in the Sanskrit shloka. One word could be separately translated, but also when it's linked to other words, then the meanings are expanded in that way. So he quotes 11 Canto Bhagavatam, when Lord teaches that Brahman remains after the total destruction of the universe. So this is in 11 Canto. Okay. Time merges into the Supreme Lord, present in the form of omniscient Mahapurusha, the original activator of all living beings. That origin of all life merges into me, the unborn, Anadi, Supreme Soul, who remains alone, Adyam, established within himself. It is from him that all creation, Ananta Rupam, creator of many forms, and annihilation are manifested. So this is the amazing shloka showing that, no? That in the Pralayatam, how everything goes back from where it originated. No? Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. Although all these forms origin from the Lord, in time of Pralaya, all forms enter back into the body of the Lord. He is unborn, Anadi, Supreme Soul, remains alone, Advayam. Why alone? Because everything merges back into his body when Pralaya comes. So look at the Advaya, Adyam. Adyam remains alone, established within himself. And it's from him that all creation, Ananta Rupam, again it will take place. Okay, so, okay, another shloka is quoted. Thus I, the perfect seer of everything material and spiritual, who has spoken this knowledge of Sankhya, which destroys the illusion of doubt by scientific analysis of creation and annihilation. So this is what Srila Jiva Goswami quotes, explaining this again, that even by knowing this, no, that knowledge of God's Achyuta, manifestation quality, that itself frees you from illusion, makes you infallible, like that. Okay, so again he explains that like that. Adyam means the original person. This is Srila Prabhupada's quote. Adyam means the original person. Man is made after God. Therefore, God is the original person. Prabhupada quotes Bible basically. Man is made on the God's image. Okay. Then again, Srila Prabhupada says, Adyam means the original personality. Krishna is the original father. You will find in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvayoni Shikante Sambhavanti Murtayo Yaha. In every species of life, all types of forms of life, their mother is material nature, I am the seed-giving father. So Adyam means the original personality, the father of all. That's another explanation. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami then says that Adyam means without birth, Adyam. And he quotes from Bhagavatam 10 Canto. You are the Supreme Soul, the primeval Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth, self-manifested, endless and beginningless. So Adyam. You are eternal and infallible, perfect and complete, without any rival, and free from all material designations. Your happiness can never be obstructed, nor have you any connection with material contamination. Indeed, you are the indestructible nectar of immortality. So this is really, all shloka is definition of this, what is it? Adyam, no? That means without birth. Okay, then again, the quote is that. Now the quote is, we are coming to the, this is now Brahma's quotes for the, let me see something. These are the quotes for the Purusha, Purana Purusha, okay? Here, Brahma explains, how pious are the tracts of land in Raja, for that their primeval personality of Godhead, disguising himself with human traits, wanders about, enacting his many pastimes, adorned with wonderfully variegated forest garlands. He whose feet are worshipped by Lord Shiva and Goddess Rama vibrates his flute as he tends the cows in the company of Balaram. So Purusha Purana, that original personality, primeval personality of Godhead, disguising himself with human traits. As a human, as an ordinary human, he is playing pastimes. Who? Purusha Purana, the primeval Lord, the original Lord, the source of all other personalities, the source of everyone, the source of everything. So Srila Prabhupada quotes, Vichitra Shakti Purusha Purana. That supreme absolute truth is Purusha. Purusha means enjoyer, man. Man is supposed to be the enjoyer. He is not woman. Woman is supposed to be enjoyed. Therefore, this very word is used, Purusha. And Purana, the oldest man, oldest man. No, but because he is the cause of all causes. Therefore, he should be the oldest. And we are also oldest, because we are part and parcel. We are also oldest. Purusha means that, so how we are oldest? Because we also eternally exist. We are never created. God created us. No, not exactly. Not exactly. In the sense, we are the energy of the Lord eternally, so we are created by God in that sense. We exist eternally as His energy. But there is no time point that we are created. We are also eternal. So we are also the oldest. That is explained. Purusha means the tendency of becoming enjoyer. So that tendency we have also got. But we do not know that we can enjoy in cooperation with the Supreme because we are subordinate. Differently, we cannot enjoy. As soon as we make our plan to enjoy life differently with Krishna, then we fall under the clutches of Maya. So now this is explained here. What means Purusha Purana? He is the supreme enjoyer, the original enjoyer. And we have this tendency to enjoy because we are also part of him. So we have tendency to enjoy. But enjoyment is cooperating with him, not with enjoying separately. Okay, so now and that idea that God is supreme enjoyer, this is really the best definition of God. Because only when you're supreme enjoyer, you can really describe God in his full purpose. Because everything is meant for his pleasure. God is Anandamaya Vyasat. God is always enjoying with his devotees. That is the purpose of his existence. That's what he does. He enjoys. And who can enjoy? One who is controller of everything, ultimate controller, who is the source of everything, who possesses everything. Not that he has to borrow a planet to enjoy, or he borrow a vehicle to go somewhere, or borrow money to achieve something. So if you say enjoyer, supreme enjoyer, means creator, maintainer, controller, everything is included. Then in that way, this is the perfect definition. And Brahma's prayers, how he finishes every single shloka of his prayers with Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. Just so good, this Brahma-saṁhitā is just pointing exactly at the essence, proper understanding of God, proper description of God. The real one, the original one, what do you say? It is really describing God as he is, not just creator, maintainer, not just related to material world, but actually what is real nature of God, what is real nature of the spiritual abode, what is his real activity there, and also how to go there. So every shloka finished with this Govindam Adi Purusham. Srila Jiva Goswami explains this also, that Purana Purusha, the derivation of word Purana is, though existing previously, Pura, it remains fresh, Nava. So Purana Purusha refers also to Nava Yovanam, is related. Pura means Purana, Purana means the old history, no? So Pura means existing previously, it remains fresh, Nava. That means the Purana. Thus Purana and Nava Yavana words that can exist together without contradiction. Otherwise it's contradictory. Adyam Purana Purusha, Purana Purusha. The oldest person, Nava Yovanam. So how can be Navayavana? Because the Purana, Purusha means that although it is very old in origin, the first one, the primeval in origin, still remains always fresh. So therefore, these two words can coexist, Navayavana. Okay, and then immediately quotes are given. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10 Canto. What austerities must the gopis have performed? With their eyes, they always drink the nectar of Lord Krishna's form, which is the essence of all loveliness, and is not to be equaled or surpassed. That loveliness is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. It is self-perfect, ever fresh, and extremely rare. So again, Krishna's, just to confirm, Purana Purusha Navayovanam, now linked also, no? Ever fresh, extremely rare. Although he is primeval Lord, the original conscious person that ever existed, then he is still manifesting this all beautiful, ever fresh form. And then he goes on quoting. He says, Krishna's face is decorated with ornaments, such as earrings resembling sharks. His ears are beautiful, his cheeks brilliant, and his smiling attractive to everyone. Whoever sees Lord Krishna sees a festival, constantly blossoming. His face and body are fully satisfying for everyone to see, but the devotees are angry at the Creator for the disturbance caused by momentary blinking of their eyes. Now, how this, again, Navayovanam is described, the beautiful features of Krishna, so beautiful that gopis are cursing Brahma. Why did he create the eyelids? So for a moment, they cannot see. So then again, in listing qualities of Krishna, the King Parikshit says, again quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam, now first canto. These and many other transcendent qualities are eternally present in him and are never separated from him. So this is something to know about God, that God all the time, in any of his forms, features, he can manifest his unlimited transcendental potencies. And therefore, he is not subjective to decay like we have this understanding in material world. So he can always remain fresh. This is amazing. And this is a dream of every soul, particularly souls in the body of the females. They really want to be beautiful. They don't like this, their face getting this, how you call that? Wrinkles. They don't like the wrinkles. They go for plastic surgeries. They want to remain always young, fresh. They want their body to be always looking, blooming youth. Now I own them. But it doesn't happen with material body. It's illusion. But Jiva also has body like this. That we'll see soon. So that's the idea that Lord can do that. And this is what we learn from Shastra. Bhagavan has such a body, never gets old. This concept that God is old, this is such a big misunderstanding. Okay. Gopavesham, Abraham, Tarunam Kalpa Drumashritam. He is eternally beautiful, the color of a rain cloud, wearing the dress of coward and sitting under the desire tree. So this is the description of God. Eternally beautiful, dressed as a cover boy, Gopa. Gopal. This is why we are calling Gopal. Okay. So then this is from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. And then Srila Jiva Goswami explained the word Taruna means literally young. In these words actually means that he has beauty which is always fresh, Navayovanam. And this form of the Lord is difficult to attain even by Vedas. Even by Vedas to see that is difficult to understand. So here he immediately quotes Srila Jiva Goswami. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up. And they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Kṛṣṇa, which those learned in the Vedas search. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavan, because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. Who is offering prayers? Who? I cannot. Uddhava. Uddhava. Okay. Then again, quote is there. My greatest possible good fortune would be to take any bird, whatever, in this forest of Gokul, and have my head battered by the dust falling from the lotus feet of any of its residents. Their entire life and soul is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mukunda, the dust of whose lotus feet is still being searched for in Vedic mantras. Now, what is the point? The point is these two shlokas showing that devotees have this great fortune, always being in association with the Lord, always seeing His Navayovanam form. And those who are, you look at this, the dust of lotus feet is still being searched for in the Vedic mantras. Even Vedas themselves seek company of the Lord. And those who are studying Vedas, who have knowledge, even transcendental knowledge about the difference between body and the soul, even the concept of being eternal, Aham Brahmasmi, still they cannot see the form of the Lord. Vedas Shudullabham. It's difficult even for Vedas to reach that. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada describes Navayavanam like this. So the Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead, is the oldest of all. But whenever you will find just like a young man. Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam. Navayavanam means just a fresh youth. So that is being explained by Lord Chaitanya, the age of. This is another characteristics of God. Kishore Shekhara Dharmi Brajendra Nandana. Kishore Shekhara. Kishore. Kishore age is called from 11 to 16 years. These teen years, or in English, what is called? Adolescence. Yes, this is the age. So Krishna represents himself just like a boy from 11 to 16 years old, not more than that. Even in the battle of Kurukshetra, when he was a great grandfather, still his feature was just like a young boy. Kishore Shekhara Dharmi Brajendra Nandan Prakata Leela Kari Bhare Jabe Kare Man. As the son of Maharaj Nanda, Lord Krishna is by nature the paragon of Kishore youth. He chooses to execute his passion at that age. So Navayavanam, for Gaudiya Vaishnava, when you say Navayavanam, particularly refers to that form of the Lord. Not Kumara form, not Poganda form, but this Navayavanam form, that 11 to 16, that is the most beautiful, most attractive, most splendid exhibition of Lord's opulence in his form. So this is, oh, Garbhagan, please help a little bit. Everything disappeared here. Okay, got it. Okay, so Lord is always beautiful. This information you get from Vedas. So important, no? God is young, looking like a young boy. He's all attractive. He's all beautiful. I remember first times when we went to Vatican to, have a darshan with whatever they display there. You see the beautiful architecture, you see beautiful paintings, and famous Michelangelo's paintings of God giving birth to Adam, and how God is painted. I have a photo. I'll just share the photo with you. Okay, where is this? All right, here you go. So here how Christians understand God. The left side is Adam, and right side is God. Well, Purana Purusha, the old person, no? Have gray hair, so much worry how to manage this material world, no? And though painted very realistically, at least we are happy that Christian has concept that God is a person, is not in person. In the Christianity, at least you have this understanding that one should, love God, and God is a person. He has a form. He has some activities in the heaven, like that. So at least they're not impersonalists in that sense. But there is big misunderstanding that God is the old man. Look, his muscles are there. He did a lot of creation. And but Prabhupada said, no, you don't depict God with muscles. Krishna's limbs are a little bit rounded, not muscles showing. A little bit rounded, kind of smooth. Not this. When devotees at early time, they studied this, Michelangelo's and Da Vinci's paintings and all this Renaissance realistic paintings. they made Narada Muni looking like some bodybuilder, like that Arnold Schwarzenegger, so Prabhupada didn't like. That is your Western beauty of the body, beauty of the muscles, gross, materialistic, sense enjoyments. But the Vedic beauty is smooth, beautiful, little chubby, like that, a little bit, pleasing in that way. So Krishna is not like that, some kind of weight lifter or something, not like that. Okay. So this is the description of God. Okay. Oh, no, we are reading further from Srila Rupa Goswami's explanation of Navayovanam. Oops, let me see, where is this? Here. Okay. Idam eva harer, where is it? Okay, Kishora Shekhara, where? Okay, here. The Nirukti definition first is given. The word Navayovanam is defined in the words of the Nirukti Sanskrit dictionary. Navayovanam means even though one is the oldest, he is young like a fresh youth. Okay, then Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Idam eva harer pragyaya Navayovanam uchyate. The last part of youth, Kaishora, is called new youth, Navayovanam, by the wise. So here, very clear. And you can see Prabhupada immediately starts speaking about Kishora. Navayovanam, he mentioned that previous quote, immediately speaking about this Kishora. So you see, this is all from Shastra, really nice explanation. Now, we understand that this Navayovanam refers to Srimati Radharani also. It's not only Krishna Navayovanam, but Srimati Radharani also Navayovanam, like that. So Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he quotes, Sada Sodasha Varshiyam. Sada, always, Sodasha, 16, Varshiyam, always looking 16 years old. Who is this? She was eternally 16 years old in the full bloom of youth. She wore exquisite garments and her beauty was richer with jewelry ornaments. So there's description of Srimati Radharani. Prabhina Navayovanam. Sada Sodasha Varshiyam. Prabhina Navayovanam. Radharani is also Navayovanam. Okay. This is from Brahma Vaivarta Purana. And also the Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur also quotes this, that Srimati Radharani is the also Navayovanam. Now, Navayovanam refers to Krishna's associates also. They also have Navayovanam body. Look at this one. This is from Srila Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Kamshchit pravayaso pyeshu Navayovanam apitan. Many kinds of precious ornaments decorated the Yadavas, description of Yadavas in Dwaraka. And even some of the most elderly members of the assembly had obtained new youth, Navayovanam, by constantly enjoying the nectar of Krishna's lotus face. Just by seeing Krishna's Navayovanam form, one develops the Navayovanam form. Look at this. No? The commentary is there also by Sanatana Goswami himself. The perpetual youth of even the oldest among the Yadus is affirmed by Shukadeva Goswami. Now he quotes Bhagavatam for that. Even the most elderly residents of the city appear youthful, full of strength and vitality, for with their eyes they constantly drank the elixir of Lord Mukunda's lotus face. So just see how this Navayovanam form is amazing. Just by seeing those devotees who are there, just by seeing, they remain ever fresh, So this is in the history of the Western world, there is a very famous search for the spring of immortality. There is a story, fair tale, that there is a spring somewhere in the world from which you drink, you remain immortal. So there are so many books written on that, so many movies made. You go there and drink and you become rejuvenated, you become young and this and that, But maybe some truth in that. When you drink from the Krishna's lotus face and seeing Krishna's lotus form, actually you become Navayovanam also. You reach immortality. So this is okay, let's see this one. This is very interesting story. I'll read it from Hari Shari Prabhu's Transcendental Diary, we are here in Tamil Nadu in very much related to this story. Prabhupada's visit to Partha temple in Chennai, where Krishna is depicted with mustaches as a Veera, hero of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay, look at this. Once Srila Prabhupada held a preaching program at the Partha temple in Madras. In that temple, there is a murti of Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The murti wears a little mustache. After the program, Srila Prabhupada went to the home of a Mr. Maheshwari, who asked Prabhupada how it was that Krishna was wearing a mustache. Prabhupada explained that this was bogus. He said that Krishna is now a Yovanam, ever youthful, and never has a mustache. Then Prabhupada took his finger and began very gently touching the area above his lips. He's showing. He began searching for a word to describe Krishna's upper lip. One of his disciples said, like peach fuzz, Prabhupada. These are tiny, if you see the peach has tiny, tiny, tiny hair kind of on the skin. Very soft, very tiny, that we don't even remove it. We just eat it like this, peach. Indicating the very soft hair that grows on a young boy's lips as he reaches puberty. Young boys, the Gurukuls, when they start growing, this first mustache is not really, there's some soft and is light and is hardly visible. Prabhupada said, yes. No? So now I got this news from our Stapati also, Anand Stapati, who renovated Partha temple. They were renovating Garbhagriha. So all kavachas were removed from the Lord, and Mula Rupam he saw. And he saw Mula Rupam looks like young boy, no mustaches. Mustaches are later introduced, some decoration, some kavacha, some alankar for the Lord. Somebody thought, we asked them, why Lord is wearing mustaches? No, Veera, he's hero on the battlefield. Kshatriya will show like that. But Prabhupada said, no, it's bogus. And when actually Stapati told me that Mula Rupa has no mustache and looking so beautiful and young, that's our Stapati's word. So I was, wow, you see that? So this is something that we can relate to. Okay, then Srila Jiva Goswami explains the Vedeshu Dullabham. The Lord is easily attained by devotees, but not simply by studying of the Vedas. Only by practicing unalloyed devotional service with full faith in me can one obtain me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am naturally dear to my devotees, who take me as the only goal of their loving service. By engaging in such pure devotional service, even the dog eaters can purify themselves from the contamination of the low birth. So Krishna is explaining this, that how he can be known by bhakti. Okay, then again, quote, Almighty Lord, in the past many yogis in this world achieved the platform of devotional service by offering all their endeavors unto you and faithfully carrying out their prescribed duties. Through such devotional service, perfected by process of hearing and chanting about you, they came to understand you, O infallible one, and could easily surrender to you and achieve your supreme abode. So again, Shloka shows, that by bhakti, Lord can easily be known. Now, Srila Prabhupada says, Vedeshu Dullabham. He says like this, the Lord is beyond the limit of conception for mundane learned scholars, philosophers, or scientists. And this is a fact. This is a fact that scientists are so confused about the origin of everything. They do say that there is no God in creation. The philosophers speculate like anything. That why so many religions? How can be many gods? Maybe there is no any God. Or even if God is there, it must be some energy universal, something universal. Cannot be some sectarian. Cannot be Allah or Krishna or Buddha. This is not possible. If anything is there, some energy is there. This much we can accept. Or they go on pantheism, they describe that universe is God. That's all. All universe, this is what I call God. Everything that exists, that is God. So many things, speculating. And the scholars, they are confused. Even if there's PhD in Indology, in the Vedic literature, he says, he wrote the book, actually, there are 3 Krishnas. You see, devotees are laughing immediately. So many years, all his life, he studied, he wrote thesis on which he got PhD, and he explained, there are 3 Krishnas, but somehow or other, they all blended later on into one by the devotees. But actually, there is a Kṛṣṇa, Vedic Kṛṣṇa, and there is Aryan Kṛṣṇa, who is in Kurukshetra fighting, and there is a Kṛṣṇa, some boy who was son of the king of the tribes in Mathura, Vrindavan. So book was completely that. For them, these are three different personalities, and he wrote whole book proving that these three have nothing to do with each other. The Kṛṣṇa described in Veda is not Kṛṣṇa who plays flute in Vrindavan. And then, moreover, the bhakti cult is so emotional that they blended Kṛṣṇa and Vishnu also. So then now Vishnu and then became Ram also. So this is the bhakti cult. They do that in their emotion of love of God. And he, so much he wrote something. Anyway. Vede Shudurlavam, Adurlamavatma Bhakta. Unless you are devoted, you are not going to understand who is supreme. He is easily understandable for the pure devotee, because Lord declares in Bhagavad Gita that after surpassing the stage of knowledge, one is able to engage in devotional service of the Lord. Then only one can know the true nature of the Lord. What's the shloka? Brahma bhuta prasanatma na shojati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. One cannot have any clear conception of Lord or His holy name, form, attributes, pastimes, etc., unless one is engaged in His transcendental loving service. Even that scholar who is authority on Gaudiya Vaishnavism in America, he was translating Chaitanya Charitamrita, and for years. And then the devotees met him and say, "Oh, our Guru Maharaj is going to translate." He was a little upset. "Oh, how somebody is going to translate before me? I have to get it first done." So they talked to him and they say, "So you know Bengali?" Yeah, I'm following two commentaries on Chaitanya Charitamrita. One was by Bimala Prasad and one was by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Even this much he didn't know that that's the same person. Just see the scholars. And he is PhD, he is big lecturer, big professor, emeritus. He is, other students are going to study under him. My goodness, what a mess. This statement of the Bhagavad Gita, that one must first of all surrender unto the Lord, being free from all other engagements, means that one must become a pure, unconditional devotee of the Lord. Only then can one know Him by the strength of devotional service. So this is clear. Okay, another quote. Prabhupada says, of course, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can only be partially known, and only by the process of devotional service to the Lord. Look at this. Not that even devotees can know Him fully. Can be at least partially known how much Lord reveals Himself. But that's possible by bhakti only. And even that is partial. Then you understand what are the potencies and glories of the Lord and depth of His attributes. The only way to understand Lord as He is by devotional service to the Lord, or by approaching the devotee of the Lord who always has the Lord in his heart. So this is another secret, another system. The Lord made system Himself, that He will be revealed through the devotee of Him, like that. Okay, a few more quotes of Prabhupada, very, very interesting definitions. Vede Shudurlabha Madurlabha Vatma Bhako. This indicates it's very difficult for one to attain the ultimate goal of life and reach supreme destination, Vaikuntha Loka or Goloka Vrindavan, simply by studying Vedanta philosophy, Vedic literature. This is another point. Not that only you will not understand God, but you won't go home back to Godhead. You will not understand the nature of spiritual abode also, unless you are devotee. You can't understand, because this is exactly what impersonalists do. How can be varieties? Soon you have form, you have dealings. Gopis are crying. This is material. This is not spiritual world. This is some affairs, something. Kṛṣṇa is playing flute with other men's wives. So this is all bad. This is all material. They completely cannot understand this. Any of this. They cannot understand the transcendental nature of Lord's abode, Lord's associates, His pastimes. Nothing could be understood. Not only form of the Lord, not only God, but anything related to God. Everything is sealed in the mystery. However, this highest perfectional stage can be attained by devotees very easily. That is meaning Vede Shudurlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakti. Then look at this one. Ajita Jito Pyasita is Trilokyam. Kṛṣṇa is never conquered by anyone, but a devotee can conquer him through devotional service. As stated Brahma-saṁhitā, Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhakto. One cannot understand Krishna simply by reading Vedic literature. Although all Vedic literature is meant for understanding Krishna, one cannot understand Krishna without being a lover of Krishna. Look at this one. Without being a lover of Krishna, you cannot understand Krishna. Therefore, along with reading of Vedic literature, Swadhyaya, one must engage in devotion and worship of deity, Archana with. Together, this will enhance the devotee's transcendental understanding of devotional service. Shravanadi Shuddhachitte Karaya Udo. You see this? Now, what is the bhakti? We have to become lovers of Krishna. We have to develop attachment to Krishna. How? Study Veda is important, but simultaneously we have to do devotional service. We have to worship the deities, particularly to understand God is person, he has a form, we are meant to serve him, we bath him, we dress him, we cook for him, we offer everything to him, we take him into procession. Develop personal relation with the Lord, become lover of the Lord. Love of God is dormant within everyone's heart. If one simply follows the standard process of devotional service, it is awakened. Shravanadi, by hearing, Shuddha Chitte Karayodaya. Correct? So there are many more quotes. There is other explanation of acharyas of all the words. Advaitam, they said that the Lord is Advaita means incomparable also. That Lord is Advaita, it means that he is also incomparable, that there is nobody equal to him. Krishna is incomparable in giving his own body to his devotees. So Lord he agrees to be the child of devotees who wish him to be his parents. So this is also, the Lord is actually Advaita or incomparable, because this is very unique aspect, that Lord is ready to give his own body in the care of his parents, his devotees. So this is incomparable. In the West, nobody has concept of God being his child or friend or lover. Usually it's father, maintainer, creator, destroyer, like this. But there is no this personal understanding. Achyuta, how can we say that he alone remains and is called Achyuta? Because Vishnu alone remains in Pralaya, after Pralaya. Actually, Achyuta, by Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas explained, that means that he suffers no degradation by giving himself to his devotees. By becoming child of Mother Yashoda or Nanda Maharaj, Lord is not losing anything. That means Achyuta, infallible. It's not that he is of less power because he is helplessly crying and waiting for Mother Yashoda to feed him breast milk. No, that is his Achyuta, opulence. That is his infallible position. That even if he is freely giving his own body in care of his devotee, he is still infallible. Still he is Supreme Lord. Still he has all this potency. This is why he is called Achyuta. He does not ever fail to take pleasure in his devotees. No? Anadi. So Anadi, the question Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas are discussing, that are you praising Lord Narayana? Anadi. Because Lord Narayana can also say, have this quality Achyuta and Anadi, because he is source of everything that we have in material world. But Lord Narayana has also source, that is Krishna. So Anadi must refer to Krishna ultimately, in ultimate sense of that refers to Krishna, because Narayana's source is Krishna. Ananta Rupam. Lord has unlimited forms. So in Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding, Ananta Rupam means that Lord innumerable times takes unlimited forms. Innumerable times, Ananta Rupam, he enters into material universes to reclaim fallen conditioned souls, to save them. That is understanding of Ananta Rupa. Ananta Rupa means he comes in so many forms, so many times to bring souls back home, back to Godhead. So that's another meaning. Okay. Adyam. So Adyam in particular is used that all these qualities refers to Krishna. They may not refer to Lord Narayan only. or ultimately they refer to Krishna. Adyam in all of this. Adyam means the original, the first personality. So Adyam, Achyutam, Adyam, Purana, Purusham, all these attributes described. Adyam, Navayovanam, all these attributes described in this shloka actually refer to Krishna. Therefore, this word is used. Purana Purusha. So Purana Purusha means Purusha avatars are Mahavishnu, means Karnadakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. These are called Purusha avatars. So Purana Purusha means person older than Purusha avatars, who is Krishna, whose expansions are these three Purushas. Okay. And then he is Purana Purusha, then he should be very old, as Christians, as Michelangelo misunderstood and painted God with white beard, looking so much worrying. Okay. No, he is very young, Navayavanam. And Cha, Navayavanam Cha indicates that simultaneously he has always existed in that manner. Although he is the Purana Purusha, he always existed. Inconceivably, he remains eternally young, youthful, like that. And Vedesha Durlabham explains the same point, that he can be known only by bhakti. So anyway, there are so many further explanations. So okay, we'll stop here. We crossed a little bit, few minutes extra. And what do we do? Now it's already 9:15. So we'll see, do we have any questions? And then we will withdraw for today. We see the grass and trees in this material world exist in lower state of consciousness and cannot roam, tour like humans. If one desired to play, tour with Krishna as the Gopa, but exist in grass form, would he be allowed to play with Krishna, or can he only serve Krishna being trampled upon by other devotees? As Prabhupada also mentioned, my only aim is to steal Krishna's lunchbox. So devotees who serves Krishna in the Shantarasa, in the body of bushes or grass or the trees, this is what they want to do. This is how they want to serve Krishna. And if they desire to serve Krishna playing with him, they can have different form. Not that grass is running around playing ball with Krishna. You know, this is unnecessary speculation. And you must understand that Krishna's world, abode is perfect, and Krishna knows perfectly in which way devotee wants to serve him. So therefore, suitable body is given. Devotee who desire to be the grass, is not grass there to be trampled by devotees like something ignored and left behind in dust, but is to give Krishna softness, that his lotus feet does not get hurt by touching the ground. The newly grass is immediately manifested by Goloka Dham, by the conscious, fully spiritual planet. So grass is in bliss. You know, that Krishna's soft lotus feet are touching the newly sprouted grass. You know, newly sprouted, beautiful color, so soft to the feet. So that is service of devotees, and it's a completely bliss. Devotees are satisfied in their rasa. We always have this material understanding competition, always judging and measuring what is better for me, how can I get some profit, how can I, kind of little bit selfishness and greed mixed in the cocktail of desire to enjoy material realm. And now we want to apply this material logic in the spiritual world. So don't worry, there's no mess there. Everything is there. Devotee can have even few forms if he wants to serve Krishna in different ways. Nothing to worry about that. You know, everything is perfect. So let's not have this type of misunderstanding. Okay. In some religion, as in Abrahamic religions, as Islam and Dharmic religion, as Sikhism, God is considered impersonal, and they decry the personal form of Lord. Others religion non bona fide since they consider the Lord form to be impersonal. So we understand that ultimate understanding of the Lord is that he is a person. Vadantistu tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdate. That Lord is impersonal also, but that is his one aspect of understanding absolute truth. He is localized also, he is everywhere in everyone's heart as Paramatma. And He is Bhagavan, one who plays his flute, enjoying pastimes in the spiritual world. By understanding Bhagavan, you understand all three aspects. By understanding Brahman, you understand only Sat aspect of the Lord. By understanding Paramatma, you understand Sat and Chit aspect. And by understanding Bhagavan, you understand Sat, Chit and Ananda aspect. Prabhupada gives example by seeing the sun rays. You know something about sun. But by going to the sun planet, seeing the sun god and seeing his planet, you understand the sun rays, you understand the sunlight, you understand the planet, everything is understood. Everything is included. So this religion, bona fide or not bona fide, they are bona fide of how much in truth they describe God as he is described in the Vedas. So Hari Charana Jushas Taram Tam Yashateshan. Taram Tam means hierarchy. So religion is one. God is one, so religion is one. All jivas are meant to serve God. But the divisions are how much one actually describe God in truth fully. So they describe God partially, only in personal understanding. So that is their level. Their level is on the impersonal aspect, and by association of devotees, easily they can shift to personality, So if you see, everywhere God is described as a person, but it's kind of covered up many places. Many places is covered up. Sikhs, they were not allowed to worship the Murti, although they were Hindus. They do Ram Bhajan, they do Krishna Bhajans, but by being ruled over by Muslims, they were not allowed to worship deities. So all their worship was based on Guru Grantha, on the scripture. But all the description and songs they sing are all personal. So I don't see they are impersonal in that way. They were suppressed. They were not even allowed to build temple. Even their gurudwaras, they look like a masjid, because that was only allowed to build. So in circumstances, then maintain their piety, religiosity under the very heavy rule of Muslim emperors. And they were suppressed like anything. But still, there's so much faith in the Vedas, in Krishna and Ram, that they maintain their culture and faith in spite of such a suppression. All others would be converted. Like so many countries under Muslims were converted. They were not originally Muslim. They're just by force converted. And but Sikhs, they remain true to their religion. So now they are, maybe some of them bewildered themselves that they are following something different from the Vedas or something, not exactly that. Even mantras they chant, famous mantra, Ek Omkar, Ek Omkar. It comes from Sanskrit, Ek Omkara, Ek Omkar, Ek Omkar, Satyanam. His name is truthful. How you achieve him? Guru Prasad, Japa, you chant Japa, Guru Prasad, by Guru's mercy, you can understand the God. So you can see that everything is fully Vedic teaching, Vedic concept, but was not allowed to be fully manifested form and pastimes of the Lord. They were all covered up, but preserved in their songs. So I don't see that Sikhs are impersonals in that way. And Abrahamic religions means Judaism, Yahweh, Elohim, God has a form. God appeared to Moses, he saw his hand, he saw his curly hair, like that. Jesus, definitely Christians' religions are personal. If they accept Jesus as a God, he is a personality. And what do you have? Islam. Islam also, if you see 99 qualities of Allah described in Quran, they are quite describing personality of the God. And the supplementary literatures to Quran by prophets given that Lord is sitting on his throne and his shins were visible. Shins means that the lower portion, just above the ankles, like that. Huh? Shins, yeah. So that is visible. So they are kind of very strict. Muslims are very strict not to depict the God, not to describe his form, not to have his picture or painting, because they don't want to misunderstand it to be something material, which is commonly misunderstood. Like our paintings of Krishna and gopis, immediately people think, oh, this is some lusty things, some material things. So in one way they are right. People will misunderstand. But they went to another extreme, never even discussed the form of the Lord. So this is another. But if you see the concept that Prophet Muhammad is talking to Allah, or better to say Allah is talking to Prophet Muhammad. So voice is there. So is that unembodied voice, or he saw the person, or what he saw? That is a kind of mystery there. But definitely when you read these 99 qualities of Allah, Al-Rahim, Al-Rashid, all this, Allah, you can see it, everything refers to the person. It's a person all merciful, all kind, all forgiving, all powerful. All these qualities are referring to a person, spiritual person, not material person. But they are very strict not to discuss his form. So again, we come to the point that how much surrender to God, how much they follow, how much the knowledge they get, this much there is a hierarchy. Hari Charana juices, Taram Tamyashatesham. How much they realize God, how much purely they follow, how much they are getting proper information, knowledge about God, then there is gradation in the religions. So this is a big question. Okay, so what else we have? Is it difficult to understand God through Vedas only in Kali Yuga? Because Brahmanas are following present Yuga and also in Treta Yuga. And Vedas are personification of Garuda and is bread of Kṛṣṇa. How to understand? Okay, so the question is it now only in Kali Yuga that Lord cannot be understood by Vedas? No, in all yugas, all 4 yugas, it's not just by knowledge, but knowledge has to be accompanied by bhakti. Then only Lord will reveal himself. Bhagavad Gita is not spoken only for people in Kali Yuga, it's eternal. Imam Vivasvate Yogam. So Krishna given the same knowledge to Vivaswan, and that was not in Kali Yuga, that was much, much earlier at the beginning of creation. And the knowledge is same. Bhaktya mama bijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. By bhakti I can be known. So all the processes in all 4 ages are including study of the Vedas, but along with bhakti, then only realization comes. Then only Lord reveals himself. No? So this is described in Upanishads. Yasya deve para bhakti yata deve tada guru. Tasya ite katita hyarta prakashante mahatmanaha. The Lord will reveal himself, who has full faith in God, as in God, this much in Guru faith also, simultaneously. One who worships his devotee, pure devotee, Guru, and Krishna simultaneously. So that's described. Okay, so I think this is all for today. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll continue tomorrow, Krishna willing, with another shloka from Brahma-saṁhitā. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande.